Please join me in welcoming Hasan Alabudrabalruda from Saudi Arabia. His presentation is titled The Impact of Intermittent Fasting on Decision-Making, an Eye-Tracking Analysis During Ramadan.
The focus of our study is the impact of intermittent fasting, particularly during the holy month of Ramadan, on decision-making processes using eye-tracking technology as a key tool for analysis. Before diving into the study, let me start with a thought-provoking fact. In 2016, the Nobel Prize in Physiology was awarded to the Japanese scientist Yoshinori Ohsumi for his research on autophagy. Autophagy is a fundamental process in which cells break down and recycle their own components. Especially a cellular clean-up interestingly, autophagy is significantly enhanced during fasting. This discovery shed light on the potential health benefits of fasting, including improved metabolism and cellular repair. Building on this concept, our study explores a different but related question. Does fasting, particularly during Ramadan, affect decision-making abilities and cognitive function? Intermittent fasting, especially during Ramadan, has been shown to influence cognitive and attentional processes. To explore this effect, we utilized eye-tracking metrics to investigate how fasting impacts visual attention and decision speed. Our primary goal was to assess whether fasting influences decision-making, speed, and attentional focus, with a particular focus on comparing obese and non-obese individuals. Our hypotheses were as follows. Hunger would lead to faster and more impulsive decisions. Behavior during fasting would differ from behavior after fasting. Eye-tracking metrics, such as gaze duration and response time, would reflect impulsivity. Demographic factors like age, gender, and BMI would influence decision-making during fasting. We conducted a longitudinal study involving 30 participants, both obese and non-obese participants, during and after Ramadan fasting. Eye-tracking metrics such as gaze duration, dwell switch counts, and response time were recorded as participants answered 30 binary choice questions. BMI was calculated based on height and weight measurements. We employed pair t-test, Wilcoxon test, and logistic regression for statistical analysis to examine differences between fasting and non-fasting states. Gender differences in decision-making speed were minimal. Females showed a slightly faster response time than males during fasting, but this difference was statistically insignificant. A critical finding was that obese participants showed reduced accuracy in decision-making compared to their non-obese participants. Specifically, non-obese individuals had a higher choice accuracy rate, 93.5%, compared to obese individuals, 90.6% during fasting. The key takeaway from our study is that fasting, particularly during Ramadan, does not markedly impact decision-making, speed, or accuracy for the general population. This is positive news as it indicates that fasting during Ramadan does not hinder cognitive functions, supporting the idea that fasting can be beneficial for the body and does not compromise mental acuity. However, the difference in decision-making accuracy between obese and non-obese individuals suggests that body weight and associated metabolic factors might influence cognitive performance during fasting. This could be related to physiological changes linked with obesity, such as insulin resistance or altered glucose metabolism, which may affect brain function. Previous studies have suggested that obesity can impair cognitive function, particularly under conditions of energy restriction. This aligns with our findings and points to the need for more research on how metabolic health influences cognitive responses to fasting. To summarize, while fasting during Ramadan does not significantly alter decision-making speed or accuracy, obesity may play a role in diminishing decision accuracy under fasting conditions. These findings are valuable for public health perspectives, as they highlight that fasting in itself is not detrimental to cognitive function, but managing obesity may be crucial for maintaining mental clarity during fasting. Future studies should aim to explore this relationship further, incorporating more diverse populations and investigating the underlying physiological mechanisms that link obesity and decision-making under fasting conditions. Thank you for your attention.